Hello, my friends. Today is May the 1st. Happy Beltane. This is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is a four-card pull to cover the year to follow, a general energy card, a challenge card, an action to take to stay balanced, and synopsis card. I do readings. If you are interested in readings or healings, either via the internet or in person in Albuquerque, look at my information. It's all there. This is approximately 7 to 10 minutes, so bear with me. There might be some wisdom here that you could use, or not. I'm not attached. This is the card for the year, Aletheia. This is about truth and truth. What does truth ask us to reflect upon? Ooh, when truth is spoken, people know it, people feel it. It allows other people to speak their truth. It moves like a wave of clarity. It moves like a wave of openness. It moves like a wave of understanding that opens a pathway that might have been blocked before, that it might have been used for abuse before, that might have been a subject of great pain and trauma before, but it opens a pathway for those things to be healed. It opens a pathway for light to be shed. It opens a pathway for clarity to be regained. It opens a pathway for honor to be restored and dignity and worth to be given when you speak your truth, when you hear truth and are moved by it to speak your truth, when truth is allowed to filter up from your pain, if it's in the right place, in the right time, in the right moment, spoken with the right intention, truth can magnify energy and impassion people and bring great change to the world. But most of the time, we sit on our truth. We're afraid to share them. We hold them back. We hold them in. We judge them. We fear what might come because of them, because of sharing our truth. And yet, every time we do that, on some level, if we're holding ourselves back, we that's what is exactly what we're doing. But if we're not holding ourselves back and we're holding something, a truth inside of us that needs to be held inside of us to protect someone else, maybe to protect yourself. In this particular moment, that's an okay truth that's withheld. But oftentimes we can share and heal and move toward forgiveness and move toward grieving what we didn't get and open to something more beautiful in the process if we allow truth to be something that moves us. So this is your particular challenge, May the 1st. It is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is normally a celebration of emotions, a celebration of joy, a celebration of connectedness, a celebration of creating something, you know, that was hard fought or hard worked or took a lot of sharing and building and joy and pain and sorrow and intuition and knowledge and wisdom to build, but the things of cups is often about the emotional flow, the watery flows, the intuitions, the relationships, the pleasure, the joy, the passions, the attractions, the repulsions, those things that are watery and not necessarily cut and dried and seen through the eyes but fell through the senses. So your challenge is to feel like there's joy, I think, right now. The challenge is for you to feel like something has concluded to a positive place. The challenge, because a 10 is conclusion, and it's a sense of, do I jump in deeper now or do I go do something else? So this is a challenge and a question about, are you done with what you've been doing? Do you feel satisfied? Probably not, according to this. And do you feel challenged to, I think, join in the celebration of something that doesn't feel like you have been honored in it, or you have had your word in it, or you have had your sense of truth in it? Here comes truth again. Uh, so, this is the challenge. I think it's all about accepting that you don't really feel truthfully like you've either completed it successfully or it's been done. Um, in the way that you wish it to have been done, and that you've been either overlooked or underappreciated or out of the wave of it when you wanted to be in the wave of it. And I think the fear of saying something, of sharing your truth, will create waves for you. That's the fear, that you're going to create waves, and maybe that will upset the apple cart on some level. Maybe that will destroy the marriage or the business, or change the dynamics of the family, or change your relationships to yourself. Ultimately, it will change your relationship to yourself, because if it's something that's been blocked or hidden or pushed down inside of you, a truth that needs to emerge, then once you share it, you're open. You're ready for the next thing. You're open for the change, even if it means it's hard to face the wrath or criticisms of others. You're still free. You have cleared the air. You have let something that you've been holding on to, and that's been, closing your world, and tightening your judgments, and making you fear. Now it's out in the open. It's like, phew, all right, now I can breathe, and now I go ahead with what comes from it. What is the responsibility of sharing truth, but a truth that needs to be said out loud? Well, here's the action to take. Armadillo, you have boundaries. You can set good boundaries. Armadillo is great at setting boundaries. Look at that hard shell. Look at that hard shell. It knows what it will accept into its life, and it knows what it won't accept. It can ball itself up into a hard shell and not let things enter its domain, enter its thoughts, not enter as an antagonism from someone else who wants to you know call you out for your truth. But you have your honor and integrity, and that's the truth that you can stand in. That's the truth that really gives you a protective shell to speak the truth, and that is the shell that can keep protecting you, and you can allow things to come in a certain way. You can put a boundary that says, well, I'll listen to that, or I'll work with that, but I'm not accepting that as the truth. I'm not accepting whatever you're going to throw at me in your counter truth, or your illusions, or your delusions, or your meanness, or your words that are trying to hurt me and destroy me on some level. You can't hurt me and destroy me, because I just told truth, and I am alive and free because I've told truth, and I am a way shower because I told truth, and now other people can come forward and tell truth. On some level, this feels like some kind of whistleblowing, or some kind of opening to the truth that makes leaders have to stand up and become truthful in themselves. So you're a way shower, you're a leader, you're a teacher, you're a truth giver, and you have the means to protect yourself. You can create physical hard boundaries that keep people out. You can create emotional boundaries that keep people out. You can create visual boundaries that keep people out. You can take the law and keep people out. There's a lot of things that you can do, and you might have to do, in order for you to tell the truth at this time. But the truth will set you free. If it's the right time and the right place, and the right thing to do, you'll feel it, you'll know it, and you'll lead it out of your dark and tight spaces into the light of day, into the light of being, into the light of awareness. And it's going to show and allow a lot of other people to speak the truth. And that's what is necessary this year, for you and others to come forward in the celebration of truth. In the celebration of truth. Then, will you lift a glass of champagne? Aho.